Speakeasy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice, because it is time for me to review Powers, the definitive hardcover collection, Volume 2. For those of you who watch my other videos, you'll realize that I had my books out of order on my shelf, so I went 1, 3 without realizing that I was reading 3. So now I've read 2, so I feel like a moron, but just sort of filled me in on a couple of things. But I have to tell you, this book is incredible. It still follows the exploits the cases of the homicide division dealing with superpowers. And we have Christian Walker and his partner, Dee Dee. There's about like 3, 4 different arcs in each one of these books. And I sort of like the way they work. There's, like I've said before, you get sometimes there is an awful lot of, like right down here, an awful lot of word bubbles on the page with some conversations. And it looks like it's going to be a lot to get through. But it doesn't. It goes quick. Bendis's writing in here is pretty snappy and easy to get through. And actually kind of smart, too. You really, yeah. I'm sure it's kind of hard to do. I mean, it looks like it's a lot, but it's rather compact when you think about it. And it is funnier than hell, while not being condescending or anything like that. I mean, yeah, take a look at this right here. I mean, it's a lot of dialogue and stuff, but and then you have this where they're interviewing suspects. You've seen some of this stuff before in independent comics, where it takes a little bit more of a realistic view of people with powers, even though you're not really following the powers. So like in The Boys, you get a really deep look at it, and you realize what scum they are. This one, you're looking at it from the outside, but when you get into the cases, you realize that sometimes these people, like this one group in Volume 3, they just put on a really good cover and they all hated each other, right? They're just a bunch of greedy bastards. Then one of the groups in this one, it's they were created, and it's all just this big government thing for profits. Which is also another thing. You're slowly going along in these stories. You're finding out some of the behind the scene machinations going on, and so you've seen it before in other books like The Boys and things like that, other ones. But this one doesn't feel like it's rehashing old material or stuff like that. This came out in 2002, something like that. And I don't remember when The Boys came out, so I don't even know which one came first. So, but it's a fresh look at this type of thing, and I find this a little bit more interesting than, in some instances, than you would be like anything in DC or Marvel, because you get the big two, all the heroes are, for the most part, all get along and are all, oh yeah, and they might be government funded, but they're going to do the right thing and all this other stuff. But these ones, you have a bunch of different personalities of groups, and you have there's kind of a dark, menacing undertone to what's going on behind it. I love it. And while the stories are just really entertaining. And then you have, like I said before, take a look at the art in here. It's different. It's kind of blocky. And take a look at Walker here, right here on, right here. Okay. They draw him sort of like the way I don't really like the way they do stuff on some of the animation for Batman and Superman with the massive chin that sticks out like 3 or 4 feet. That's one of those, but it's still kind of when they draw this other stuff, it sort of goes along with it. Some goes well with it, so it's not that bad, and it's a good style, somewhat, for the way these things are being told. And then you have this just really, depending on the way they're, the way it's being drawn. Some of them are darker, some of them are lighter. In the lighter ones, it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But overall, I love this book as well as the rest of the other ones. So I'm going to give this a 4.75 out of 5 and just say pick this up, because this is some of his better work. I haven't read a lot of it, but this is some really, really good work, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. So I recommend it. Like I said, 4.75 out of 5, and like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.